Nigeria's Minister of Defense, Bello Matawalle, says the country's crude oil production will reach 1.9 million barrels per day by December 2023. Matawalle disclosed this while also noting that the federal government is committed to the fight against crude oil theft to boost oil production. He added that as a result of the efforts by the government, crude oil theft is less active than it used to be. Meanwhile, according to data from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, the country's crude oil production in October was 1.5 million barrels per day. Joining us now from Yenagoa to discuss the recent gains in Nigeria's petroleum sector and how such gains can be sustained is IPMAN Controller for Anti-Pipeline Vandalism, Illegal Bunkering and Product Monitoring, Ambassador Musa Saidu. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Welcome to the program. Well, Ambassador, your committee is working to protect pipeline from vandalism and illegal bunkering. What's your experience so far in this field?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. You know, the experience that we have been having on this fight against illegal bunkering, you know, it is a conspiracy, you know, a conspiracy that, you know, some Nigerians, which we call illegal bunkers, some security agencies, you know, have connived, have conspired, you know, and then engaged into this illegal oil bunkering. And, you know, as members of IPMAN, Independent Marketers Association, you know, we own the trucks. And we are the oil operators. So, you know, we have to set a task force or a surveillance task force, you know, to make sure that, you know, we protect our people. I come and say this, please. This. We protect our, you know, our trucks, our people, and we make sure that, you know, everything is going well, and the Nigeria economy too, you know, is improving, because if the Nigeria economy improves, then, you know, there will be business for everybody. So, you know, we are very concerned about the oil theft. We are very concerned about the conspiracy, you know, by oil companies and some security agencies, you know, to engage in this unwholesome act of illegal bunkering. That is it.
Okay, and we're wondering about the activities that have been impacting crude oil production output in terms of Nigeria meeting that OPEC quota.
You know, thank you very much. You know, let's congratulate Nigeria and the federal government, you know, for bringing these initiatives by bringing Tantita. You know, we have all fought for this oil theft. You know, the thing did not work. You know, sabotage here and there, threat of life, conspiracies here and there, until this initiative of Tantita came in. And we like it or not, Tantita, you know, has did a very good job. They have improved, you know, at least they have brought the oil theft to the barest minimum. You know, don't forget that I'm the president of Africa on environment, on ecology and marine. You know, they have brought sanity into our waterways, and you can see that the economy now is booming. So the only thing is that, you know, the federal government of Nigeria, you know, it seems, you know, those that are part of the bunkering, you know, are part of the federal government. You know, they are federal government operatives. So not all of them will be happy that this bunkering activities, illegal bunkering, is stopped. So I know they will not be happy with Tantita. If you look at it, since the coming of this Tantita, the bunkering, let me say, the bunkering activities have gone down, and the bunkers and their allies are not happy. And the waterways, now if you know the color of our rivers before, Mbiama River, and Primrose River in Port Harcourt, Bonny River, Old Cordova River, they have turned to black, like say it is oil. But today all of them have come back to their natural color. Thus you can see that there's an improvement on the ecology, the improvement of the marine life, because the life of our people in Niger Delta is fishing. So the people that are fishing can go to fish, and our marine life will be alive too. So the government should be decisive. Government should sustain this fight, because it is not easy. I've been a pioneer anti-pipeline, since 1999. Though at that time, in 7 months, we brought this under Chief Harold Dapablier, our mentor, who introduced us to Audley as the leaders of Nigeria Federation and the Africa Youth Council. We brought this bunkering under control. That is why when government said they will split the job, I oppose it. Because I've been a marine operator, a marine expert, and I know who is involved in bunkering. So, you cannot give people that are engaged on something, something that they are doing to secure it. It's not possible. So now that government has got a solution from Tantita and federal government alliance, that the government should sustain it, and government should make sure that, they sustain it, so that, they shouldn't listen to the enemies of the federal government. We like it or not, there is illegal bunkers in the villa, they are in the military, they are in the police, they are everywhere. They are on the ordinary people. So this illegal bunkering you are hearing about, madam, it is a cartel. It is a very big business. And those that have lost it now are not happy. Because Tantita has come and put a stumbling block on them. As well last time we were saying that Navy and Tantita is fighting. If the Navy is efficient, we didn't need JTF. Navy is the most inefficient force in this country. Because when I was task force chairman on anti-pipeline, I have a Navy team under my command. One Captain Ona was the commander of Okebini. There's one Jumo, intelligence officer. He was the one that even sabotaging our work. So Navy, government should not listen to these illegal bunkers and their, and their agents who are in government to sabotage this effort between Tantita and federal government. I'm just, I'm telling you as an expert, I don't know Tompolo. Even as a lecturer of Dapablier SA, I've been in Port Harcourt for over 50 years. I never met Tompolo. But nobody will argue that Tantita, this security has done a good job. Nobody. Unless those that want to come back do business as usual. And the president should not give them that chance. Let me tell you, madam, one thing you don't know. When I found out that there's nobody wants to listen to me on 22nd June 2022, I called the president, the federal president of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, and told him about the oil theft. And I told him that I'm not gossiping. Call the people, and I mentioned their names. He refused. So if the presidency say they don't know anything about oil theft, I think they are not saying the truth. So everybody know about the oil theft and the thieves. So and Tantita, this initiative of Tantita, they will not find it easy because they have blocked them from the source of their livelihood, and why the federal government is gaining. Federal government is gaining. For federal government today to have 1.9 million barrels in Nigeria, it is a miracle. So they should thank those that initiate the thing. They should thank those that are doing the work, and they should make sure that they sustain it. They should be paying the people because there is bureaucracy. Let me tell you, IPMAN have a structure. My coordinator, Chief Townsend from Calvary, is working with Tantita. He told me they have not been paid for some time. Why? Person who's doing the job, bringing money for you, don't want to pay him. You are waiting for, you are listening to enemies. You are listening to traitors who have been engaged in bunkering for over 30 years.
Ambassador
So
Saidu,
what I'm saying is that now the ball lies in the courts of government. Government now has got a solution to fight bunkering. If they want to fight bunkering, now they should sustain this alliance with Tantita. And at the same time, as the president of International Human Rights on Ecology and Marine Africa, I'm concerned about the environment, about the ecology, and our rivers today are clean. The water has come back to its natural color.
I was just wondering if you could assess Ambassador Saidu. I don't know if you can hear me.
Everywhere you go, you see bunkering. When
Ambassador,
you go to in Biama Bridge, you see over 50 tankers waiting to load at night. Now you won't see anybody there. Just go there. And in Biama Bridge to JTF headquarters in Negua is 4 kilometers. And there is no night that 50 to 100 trucks do road from Mbiama to Ahoda. What is JTF is doing now? So for me, my job now is less as national. My job is less. The threat is less because we have been threatened. I have taken the matter to NSA, even National Security Advisor. Even among our own IPMAN members, a lot of them are engaged in bunkering. We wrote letters to NNPC, we wrote to the National Security Advisor, we wrote to Chief of Defense Staff, this previous one, Chief Erebo, and we wrote to Evin Ogushakin when he was there, and we didn't see any result. So what I'm saying is that we congratulate the federal government for these initiatives, that they have with Tantita. Let the job, let them sustain it. The problem of Nigeria we are having is that we have brain to initiate, but we cannot sustain. They should sustain this thing. They should be decisive on this thing. The federal government should be decisive. And, because this is an opportunity that has come to them. Because over 40 years, this bunkering issue has been there since 1981. Maybe people didn't know. Bunkering is old as drug business. And today, the richest people in Nigeria, we are the bunkers. So, if you don't know.
Newsday returns in a moment. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Newsday. Ambassador Musa Saidu is still with us. Thank you so much for staying with us on Newsday. Now, apart from the issue of oil bunkering, could you assess the present administration's reaction to issues affecting the Niger Delta?
Come again?
I said apart from the issue of oil bunkering. Apart from the issue of oil bunkering, I'm wondering what's your assessment of this current administration's reaction to other issues, bothering the Niger Delta, issues of the environment, maritime issues. What's your assessment of how this federal government is dealing with the issues?
Thank you very much. You asked me a very important question. The Niger Delta issue is not a new one. It has been there for a long time. But the political will on the part of the federal government failed to address the issues. And I was late Chief Harold Dapablier, Senior SA, even when I was national president. And a lot of, movement we are done, let me say, since during Obasanjo time. And federal government, whenever they promise, they will not fulfill. And I want you to know that this NDDC, this amnesty, this interventionist agencies that you have today, we are initiated through the effort of late Chief Harold Dapablier and his team. Not those that you see today talking, I'm a Niger Delta leader, I'm this and that, they are in Abuja. They didn't know how this thing came about. Always they are lying on book launch and all that. So let me say the federal government, the problem of Niger Delta is still as it was, still as it is. Nothing changes. And where the problem is coming, the politicians have bastardized everything. They have destroyed the Niger Delta. Today when you talk about Niger Delta, people thought that everybody is a criminal. Because you hear this one, you won't hear any better name. And where are the funds that are being channeled to NDDC? Where are the funds that are being channeled to amnesty? Where are them? There is no development in Niger Delta. East-West Road has been lying there for over 30 years. Every year we have a very different story. Every Senate, this thing will come and come and inspect the road and go back and make political statement. So my sister, there is nothing on ground in Niger Delta that show that this region produces oil. This region is a region that sustains Nigerian economy. There's nothing on ground because I've been an activist. I've been in SA to reach Faro Dapa Brie. Brie was the champion of minorities. Brie was the lead, was even the founder and creator of Old River State. That you have that today that metaphors to rivers and Bayelsa. So he put all his effort, to make sure that these agencies are created. We went to Arewa House on 22nd December, on 17th October year 2000. We went to Babangida House, 22nd December year 2000. We attended a lot of fora. We visited Yakubu Gowon because of Niger Delta. We visited Babangida. We visited even Buhari. All these leaders to make sure that the Niger Delta issues are solved, and they are not solved. And not that they are not solved. Federal government too has tried, but the leaders in Niger Delta are not managing the resources of Niger Delta. Yes, so now the leaders of Niger Delta has conspired with the federal government to even suppress their own people. Because today NDDC as it is not NDDC of Niger Delta. It is NDDC of Abuja. It is there for political patronage. The amnesty, those that can intimidate people, bring insecurity, have taken 10,000 names, 1,000 names, each web person. So when the money comes, it goes to them. It doesn't have any impact in Niger Delta. So okay, what I want the federal government to do, to be decisive on the issue of Niger Delta.
Ambassador Saidu, just for the sake of time, I must interject and ask you, just to wrap up the questioning, the Niger Delta as it is now, is it more peaceful than it was before? What exactly is responsible for the calm?
No, the responsible, listen, what I'm saying is that the federal government didn't do enough to address the problem of Niger Delta. Let us be realistic. And the little one that was sent to Niger Delta was shared by the leaders of Niger Delta. We have NDDC, we have Amnesty, we have Niger Delta Ministry, we have state allocation. Listen, and there's one thing that is rearing its head now, especially in River State. You see, the peace in River State should be maintained. Because as it is today, if what is going on politically in River State, explode, then it will affect the whole Niger Delta. It will affect the whole Niger Delta. So federal government should be careful, especially a statement that I had my brother, my senior brother, Dr. Ganduje made, that is going to capture the River State for APC. I don't know that when will be. Please, in capture, what I know about capture is war. In democracy, there is no capture. Though he's a PhD holder, as he said. So, and any appointment that federal government wants to do in respect of Niger Delta, it should consult the governors. Because this, rivalry, this competition between the federal appointees and the governors is causing a lot of things in Niger Delta. It's setting Niger Delta very backward. When the national appointees come, they don't have any business with the governors. Rather, they will go and create their own something, creating problem in Niger Delta. So I think it's President Tinubu came to address the problems of this country. And we still believe in him. Please, you should look at Niger Delta issue very well. Niger Delta, I'm telling you, madam, as it was, that's what it is today. There's no change. East West Road, come and see. Up to today, over 25 years. And how much was, appropriated to build the East West Road? How much? How much was appropriated since the inception of the NDDC? Where is the money? How much was appropriated, for this amnesty? Where is the money? So the Niger Delta people too should blame their own leaders. Because the little
very
one
well
that
said,
comes,
Ambassador.
it was not well used.